Dr. Yoni Whitten here, and this week we're going over the easiest way I know to improve your posture, eliminate joint stiffness, and get rid of that nagging muscle tension in your neck and shoulders. Let's get into this. The technique that we're talking about today is called spinal molding, and it targets the big ligaments that run along the front and the back of your entire spine. Now, ligaments in your body operate very differently than other tissues that you're probably more familiar with, like muscles or tendons. When you pull a muscle or a tendon apart, like this, it springs back together, just like that. That process is called elastic deformation. It behaves like an elastic rubber band. Ligaments don't do that. Ligaments operate on a different biomechanical principle called plastic deformation. And what that means is that when you bend a ligament into a shape and you hold it there long enough, provided you go slow and steady with your pressure, it'll actually take on that shape, just like that pen did. And we're going to be applying that same process to actually shape and mold your spine. Part of the reason that I'm such a big fan of spinal molding is because of how easy it is to incorporate this into your routine. There's this dedicated window that you have every night when you go to sleep where you can bake this right in with no additional time commitment whatsoever, simply by having a few pieces of equipment handy. The easiest and least expensive way to start off with spinal molding is just with something like this. You'll take a medium-sized towel, roll it up as tight as you can get it. You're looking for about 3 to 4 inches in diameter here. And then once you get it that tight, you're going to want to secure it on the ends and in the center with rubber bands to try and maintain that shape. Now, I'm going to let you know right off the bat, this option is really only effective for somebody when they're first starting out, because what you're going to find is this roll is going to flatten out under the weight of your head and neck. Another option is to go with a dedicated neck roll. These are made of high density foam, but they still give a little bit while maintaining that nice round shape. Now, these come in 3 or 4 inch diameters, and I'm going to drop a link for these in the description down below. A good option, but it has its limitations, namely that it's not adjustable. Which brings me to the best option, which is a dedicated cervical training pillow. This is the best option for a few reasons. A, because this particular pillow, the PainFix pillow, is fully adjustable and fully customizable. We've got invisible zippers on both sides, very easy to add or remove fill and get exactly the amount of input that is right for you. Second, it actually has side sleeping lobes that will allow you to transition onto your side for periods of time during the night. And so something like this is really the best option if you're looking to get the benefits of spinal molding all night long. It's important to understand going into this that spinal molding is a process. And just like you would never think that just because you go out and buy the fanciest running shoe, that you're ready to go out and run a marathon on your first day, you should not think that when you start off with a cervical training pillow that you're ready to sleep through the entire night. Instead, like when training for a marathon, you would start out running a quarter mile or a half mile the first day. You want to do the same thing with your cervical training pillow. You want to ease into the process, give your body time to adapt, and this will set you up for long-term success. If you decide to go with the rolled towel option, what you'll do is lie flat on your back. You're going to take that roll and slide it right here where your neck meets the shoulder. You'll know you're in the right position when the back of your head is in contact with the sleep surface, as opposed to this position where the top of your head is in contact with the sleep surface. So if your chin is jutting upwards towards the ceiling, you need to reposition that roll lower and get the back of the head in contact and the chin drop down like that. That means the head is resting and all the pressure from the roll is being pushed upward through the neck, helping to restore the normal curve in your neck. Now remember, we talked about this being a process, so what you want to do is make sure that you have a stopwatch or a timer on your phone set for 1 to 3 minutes. Start off with that and just try and relax and melt into that roll until that timer goes off. This is what the PainFix pillow looks like as it's shipped to you, okay? It's fully stuffed at full loft or height, and when I lie back over zone 1, that neck roll, I can just barely feel the back of my head here in contact with the mattress through the central cradle portion of the pillow. Now that means all of the pressure from the weight of my head and neck is resting over this position. Now that's a very advanced setup for the pillow. This would be like if you were training for a marathon and you started out day one running 18 or 20 miles. That's a dangerous proposition, especially for somebody who has a significant forward head position or who's used to sleeping with a reverse neck curve all night long. If you've got a significant forward head posture, or you're used to sleeping in a position like this, where your head is pushed way out in front of you for hours and hours all night long, then it's critically important that you ease into the process of spinal molding. And for that, you're going to want to use a very low setting in zones 1 and 2. Let me show you how to do that. Getting that zone 1 neck roll to just the right height for your spinal molding really couldn't be any easier. All you need to do is go to either end of the pillow. We've got these invisible zippers on both ends. Just unzip that, open that up, move your spill guard out of the way, and that's going to give you access to your internal compartment. From there, you're going to reach across and reach directly to the roll or the zone that you're trying to adjust and begin removing fill just from that area. We've got this 50% mixture of all natural latex and Shropshire wool that makes for this really nice consistency, hypoallergenic, non-toxic. Once you remove some fill, you're going to want to reach in and move the remaining fill around to even out the distribution of the fill. You can pull from both sides and really make sure that once you get there, I use the hand on the outside to make sure that I get that nice even consistency. From there, you would close your spill guard up, make sure that you've got that tucked in, and then you'll zip it closed. From there, you are all good to go. Make sure that you store the wool in a Ziploc bag or a glass jar so that you can add it back in as you get more comfortable being in this position for extended periods of time. So as you can see, I've removed about 2/3 of the fill from the Pain Fix pillow. And the height or the loft is much lower. It's to the point now when I lie back over zone 1, that bottom neck roll, I can feel the entire back of my head in contact with my sleep surface, which means that the weight of my head and neck is distributed over a much larger area. But I can also feel that zone 1 neck roll gently pushing my cervical spine up towards the ceiling, helping to restore normal shape to my neck. And when your timer goes off, whether it's 2 minutes or 10 minutes, there's a technique that I want you to use for transitioning off of your Pain Fix pillow. You never want to lift up this way and reverse the curve that you just spent time putting into your neck. Instead, what I'm going to have you do is bend your knees a little bit and roll onto your side, keeping the weight of your head resting on the pillow. When you get all the way onto your side, you'll reach up, slide the pillow away from you, and then go flat on your back, resting on the mattress with no support, and you'll stay in this position for 2 to 5 minutes, just allowing everything to settle. Each night when you go to bed is an opportunity to add just a little bit to the amount of time that you're spending on your Pain Fix pillow. Just think of adding like 1 to 2 minutes every single night. Now, slowly over time, you want to get to the point where you're getting 45 to 90 minutes in this position, molding the normal curve back into the neck. Now, when you hit that mark, it's time to add a little bit more fill into zones 1 and 2 and push that neck a little bit closer to normal structure. Now, by doing this, you're going to increase your mobility and you're going to get even more relaxation of the surrounding muscles, which is awesome. Now, importantly, when you add fill to the pillow and you push more curve into the neck, you want to repeat the process that we just went through. So you'll cut the time way down, you'll start using those timers again, and in doing so, you will set yourself up for success. Now, this is exactly the same way that a person trains to do a marathon. They build up their mileage slowly over time so that they don't overwhelm their body. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that you'll put the information to good use. For more information about the Pain Fix pillow, the world's first fully customizable, 100% natural cervical training pillow, check the link in the description down below. Beyond that, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel to stay updated on the new videos that come out every single week. Once you start your spinal molding process, drop a comment and let me know how it's going for you. That's all for now. See you next time.